Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another episode of the NCAA Football 14 Coaching Carousel Dynasty series with the Penn State Nittany Lions. In episode number 1, we did defeat the Marshall Thundering Herd 38-19. It ended up being a little bit closer than I would like, but it was kind of a test out episode, test out game to see how our offense was going to be and see really what worked best with our offense. So it's okay. A 19-point victory is not awful. We are in week number 3 because we did have a bye week, week 2. In this episode, we are going to be taking on our rival, the Pittsburgh Panthers, at Pittsburgh, at Heinz Field. They are ranked number 20 in the country, so we gotta try our best to avoid the upset because we want to win every single game possible. We want to win the Big Ten because the better we do this season, the better job offer as a head coach I'll have at the end of this first season. So since week 2 did get sim, gonna go over some of the upsets from week 2. As you see here, Louisville destroyed Virginia Tech 28-10. As you see, Virginia Tech started out the season 0-2 after losing to Alabama week 1. Number 22 Oklahoma State barely squeaks past UTSA at UTSA 35-31. This one's kind of crazy too. Number 19 TCU barely beats FCS Southeast 28-21 at home. This is a crazy upset as SMU beats their in-state team 35-28 over Texas A&M. UCLA absolutely destroys LSU 27-7 at Death Valley. Southern Miss takes care of Nebraska in Lincoln 21-10, and Nebraska starts off the season 0-2. And next score, Missouri beats Toledo 70-3. Miami actually wins the in-state rivalry game 31-21 over Florida. Miami's up to number 10 in the country. They had a very close win week 1, I believe, against like an FCS team, and this time they get past Florida. Washington State beat Auburn in week 1, but then in week number 2 gets absolutely obliterated by number 14 USC 44-7. Ole Miss barely defeats Troy by 3 to stay 2-0 on the year. Kind of a crazy score. Florida Atlantic destroys South Florida 34-7. And the last notable score is Oklahoma barely surviving against West Virginia 41-37. In the new top 25 has Clemson at number 1, Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, Oklahoma 4, Washington 5. Michigan's jumped all the way up to number 7 as they beat Wisconsin last week. We are at number 9. Miami is number 10. And Wisconsin did lose last week against number 7 Michigan by 10. They dropped all the way to 12. UCF is number 15. Auburn's still in the top 25, although they got obliterated by Washington State in week number 1. And that looks like that is the most notable. Memphis has jumped into the top 25. Kind of crazy. And that really is it. In Pittsburgh, they are coming off a bye week as well, so both teams are going to be fully rested. And last but not least, your 2 players of the week, Sunia Catioli from Utah and Mike Weber Jr., redshirt sophomore from Ohio State. The running back ran for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in a big win over San Diego State. And with that said, dudes, it is time to jump into the game for today's episode number 9. Penn State traveling to in-state rival Pittsburgh, who is number 20 in the country, hopefully to continue doing the dang thing so we can get a good offer at the end of the year to be a head coach somewhere good. So hopefully guys do enjoy today's episode, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can once again smash 2,000 likes on today's episode. Be sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. Be sure to also go follow me on Instagram if you haven't. As soon as we hit 10,000 followers, we're going to be doing a big console giveaway. So be sure to go follow me so you can be a part of that giveaway so you can win a free Xbox, PS4, or whatever you want, Nintendo Switch. There is a link to that in the description box below. With that said, let's jump into the game and just hopefully avoid an upset. So first drive of the game, I just want to avoid an upset. Just definitely want to avoid it. I mean, this is a perfect situation for us to get upset, like in a bad way for us, because traveling to an in-state rival, they're ranked, it's at their stadium, it's raining, so it could be scarier, but we get a pretty big play. Pittsburgh has been national champions 9 times. I did not know that, so that is, it's crazy. I just saw that on like the scoreboard, so that's wild. So yeah, we're playing a 9-time national champion. But we are starting Sanders again. Everybody said I need to give him another chance, but if he doesn't do well this game, we might go elsewhere in terms of our starting running back. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Play action pass. That's a crazy looking play action pass because we were running the ball like that wasn't a play action pass. That was a read option. It's late at night. Forgive me. If I mess up in this episode, it's because I'm uploading this video late at night because I have to do something in the morning, which means I will not get this episode up otherwise if I didn't record it tonight. But anyways, hopefully his commentary's got up to a bad freaking start. Let's try this again. Hit the drag here. That is Polk. He drops it. Trey McSorley, I think he's going to be a good quarterback. He's not done anything bad he's made some really good throws in this series thus far. But hopefully I just didn't jinx myself. But 3rd down and 2. Let's try. Can we run the ball right up the middle? Can we audible to a power up the middle? Let's just rely on our tight ends here. Oh my. Oh Lord. I'm going for it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to make the call. This could give them all the advantage in the world. But I'm going to keep it rolling, boys. Dive right up the middle. We're Penn State. We don't settle for 4th down and 1s. We're going to run the ball. Sanders. Up the middle. 1st down. Easy money. Easy money all day. That's what you guys were telling me in the comments of the last video. You were telling me to run the ball up the middle. You're saying Sanders isn't fast enough to bust it outside. So maybe we just continue that theme, run the ball up the middle, and just keep the ball in between the tackles and roll with it. Maybe we can get 5, 6, 7 yards per carry and utilize the interior of our offensive line to do the dang thing. Because that does make sense. See if we can keep it going here. Maybe it's the move, dudes. This time it was Allen. You guys were telling me you also wanted to see me run the ball with our freshman running back, because our freshman was one of the best. I think he was the #1. You guys let me know in the comments. Was the #1 rated all-purpose running back coming out of high school for this past recruiting class. So we do need to see a little bit of him. We didn't redshirt him. I don't think we did. So keep him part of our plans. Use him a little bit. Use all. Oh, that's a pick. That's a pick. That's my bad. That's all me. That's all me. I don't know what I was thinking. Gosh dang it. See, man, I'm running the ball so effectively this drive, and then do something stupid. And yeah, it's a pick. Sorry. Well, thank God my defense is good. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Hopefully that's my first and only interception of this game. I think I only threw 1 pick in the first game, which is good for me. But hopefully we don't have a lot more of that in this episode. So play action passes this time around. RB on the post. That's Polk. Polk, that's his 2nd drop of the game. He didn't even get hit. He just flat out dropped that. He heard the footsteps and just dropped it. That's not good for us. I think Polk is one of our better wide receivers overall-wise, so he should not be dropping those kind of passes. So running the ball in between the tackles once again here with Sanders. Sanders, this is the move, dudes. This is the move. Just pound the ball up the middle, not going to make mistakes. Maybe we found what is best for our offense, and maybe I didn't actually find it. Maybe it's just me actually listening to you guys, but maybe that is the move. So let's go with my Hulk formation. Unfortunately, there's only 1 run up the middle here, but we'll just keep it rolling. Maybe not the most exciting thing to watch, but let's just keep it going. I mean, we still need to utilize McSorley, but if I'm not in the best of mental states to make good decisions on the football, maybe I just make sure we win this game and avoid the upset at all costs and actually just make sure we win and run the ball. So let's go back out of the shotgun. I say all that and we finish it with going back out of the shotgun, but I mean, mix things up. That's the ultimate goal. Run the football some, throw the football some, mix things up, utilize our team to the best of our ability. Let's move this to a slant route. And he's going to be open. That's going to be a catch. This is Tompkins with a catch. Had a big game in the first episode of the series. Had 2 catches. Both of them were big touchdowns as he gets his first catch of the episode. Shorter, need to look for him. Shorter, the true freshman, was one of the best, I think the #3 ranked wide receiver out of high school this past recruiting season. Was a 5-star recruit. Had a huge first game. Need to look for him some in this episode. So we see him. That's the man. That's the man. That is Shorter. He is going to get into the end zone. Justin Shorter. His 2nd reception's a big touchdown, 42 yards to put Penn State on top, 7-0. And Pittsburgh ends up getting a field goal out of that drive. Now, guys, what I do want to say is I want to keep everybody up to date if they're maybe just catching this series for the first time. We were in a coaching carousel. The reason you're only seeing offense is because I am offensive coordinator. We cannot play defense. So we started off the series, took the job as the OC at Penn State, and hopefully at the end of the season we'll get a job offer as a head coach somewhere else. Play action pass this time around. Gonna look for the seam. Oh my, big plays galore. Kuntz, our tight end, Zach Kuntz, 40 yards down the field. Maybe the secondary of Pittsburgh is just not that good. And maybe what we do is just try to hit them deep a lot this episode, because we've thrown 2 deep passes and both times we had somebody wide open down the field. So maybe this episode, maybe we just have our strength is the deep ball, because we have a good quarterback, good receivers. Maybe we just do the dang thing. Uh-oh. That's a pick again because I'm stupid. Gosh dang it, man. See, dudes, I don't know why I threw that ball. I knew the whole entire time he was covered. I just panicked and threw the ball. It's a pick. Man. See, this is where I start to frustrate myself, and I just need to be smart. Our defense is playing well. Let's just run the football. Not in the best of mental states right now. A little late. That was an excuse, that's kind of hypocritical. I was about to say no excuses, and I just made an excuse. But let's just be honest with ourselves and do what I know is going to work, and just run the ball. We'll mix things up. Another big run up the middle. Sanders picks up about 8 yards. Pat the sneeze. Going to use my self-discipline. Hold it back. I hold it back. Bless myself. 2nd down and 2. Let's run. I like the pistol. Let's start with this twin tight end set and just keep the ball right up the middle. As long as it keeps on working, I'm not going to do something dumb and throw another pick because we already know I've made more decisions, bad decisions, in the first quarter of this game than I did the full entire game against Marshall combined. So that's not the greatest of things. And Miles Sanders, I do want to point that out there, that he already has more yards in this first game, or this second game, than he did the whole entire first game combined, which I have to be careful because he started off that game very well. I think he had more yards in the first quarter. He had more. I need a new controller. I need a new controller. If somebody wants to sponsor me, Xbox, Microsoft, if you want to sponsor me and give me a free Xbox 360 controller, please. I would appreciate it. So Sanders, see this, he's like you guys said, he's just not fast enough to bounce the run outside. So that's unfortunate. 2nd down and 10. I think I'm gonna run the ball. Let's try throwing the ball out of the pistol. Let's try a play action pass. We haven't done anything dumb out of play action, but what I was saying is Miles Sanders had 35 yards in the first quarter last episode, ended up with 30. So we lost yards from the second to 4th quarter to the end of the game. So hopefully that's not the case this episode. Hopefully he can continue to run the ball all game long. RB. I was trying to wait. Didn't end up being good for me. Allen Edwards gets the sack. 3rd down and 21 for your Penn State Nittany Lions. So we'll have to throw the ball deep here. Hopefully no mistakes. Maybe we'll look for there's only 4 plays out of this bunch quads, which is not good for me. 4 verticals. I think this is the first time we're running the most OP play in the game this whole entire series. Looking for a big play. The seam fly routes are really OP in this game. So maybe we can find one. Here he is. There he is. Make this another pick. That should have been a pick. I'm making awful decisions on the football. I apologize. Hopefully we can have success running the football, because if we have to rely on me, they kick another field goal. At least our defense is holding them to field goals, because things aren't good right now for me throwing the football. Let's just hopefully we can continue our success running the ball, get some points, because I don't know about if it comes down to us running the football. Read option up the middle. Miles Sanders was the right read, but only picks up 3 yards right here. 2 minutes to go. Keep in mind, if you're just really an NFL fan, in college the clock stops if you pick up 1st down. That's not why I'm not in that big of a hurry, but I'm going to stay out of the spread. Let's try a draw. We didn't have much success running the football out of the shotgun, and you guys told me not to do it, but we'll see. We'll experiment right now. Maybe not the best of times to experiment when you're trying to hurry up. But we lose a yard. But he actually clips his 40 yards for the first time in this series. But 3rd down and 7, not very good. Hopefully we can pick this up, because if they go down the field, score again, they take the lead. That's not what you want to happen when you're trying to avoid an upset. That would not help our cause. Slant pattern. That's Shorter. Justin Shorter, man, he does not drop balls. He just doesn't do it. He did 3 catches, 75 yards, man. I just need to look for him. Literally gonna look for him this whole entire drive. And that's probably back to my lock-in on receiver. I'm gonna throw it to him and throw a pick. We all know I'm the greatest player in the world, which means I'll probably make another dumb decision here. Shorter deep. Please, bro. Please. Shorter goes up. He drops a pass. And granted, he does get hit as soon as he was trying to come down with the ball. But like to see him hang on with it. And he didn't. But now I'm kind of sad. We're at the pistol again. We'll throw out the pistol. Try a play action pass. We've had a little bit of success running the ball or throwing the ball off of play action. So we'll see if we can keep that up here. Hopefully we can score, because Pittsburgh does get the ball at the beginning of the 2nd half. So hopefully we can put up some points here. Literally nobody's open. Have to cut our losses here, throw the ball away. Literally, they bring main covers there. Everybody was covered like a white on rice. So it's a 3rd down and 10. They very well might score before the half if we don't pick up a 1st down here. So let's go once again let's go empty again. We've had success running the ball out of empty. So let's here run this middle slant pattern, see if we can find somebody open and get 10 yards. I would be content here with a field goal. I would be content with a field goal. Like, nobody's open, man. We're going to scramble, though. McSorley, he has speed. He's going to slide as we keep the chains moving one way or another. He is a pretty fast quarterback, so we do need to try our best and utilize that to our best of our ability. And I just picked a random play. I don't know how I feel about this. I was going to say, maybe that's God telling me I need to pick the play because I clicked it accidentally. But that play did not look good. I don't think that's God's doing right there. So first down, and 10, going to run some verticals. B's wide open. This is a touchdown. This is a touchdown all day. Please, please, please. He has to wait on it. That's Tompkins. He's going to bring it down all the way to, I think, the 1 yard line. DeAndre Tompkins was our big threat, our big target down the field last episode. Looks like it's the same thing once again, as he doesn't quite get the touchdown, but brings it down all the way to the 1 yard line. So maybe the move is just to throw the ball deep this episode, because, I mean, like, I don't know if it's just their secondary sucks, but they're just getting beat deep a lot this episode, as we're going to run the ball into the end zone. That is Mark Allen, our backup senior, redshirt senior running back, getting his second touchdown of the season as we do take a 14-6 lead over the Pittsburgh Panthers, as they have to settle for their third field goal of the game to start the second half. Now, dudes, I'm a little worried because apparently they're going to end up scoring touchdowns instead of field goals, but thank God for our defense. Honestly being honest, we're winning not because of me, because of our defense. They've actually moved the ball a lot, but our defense in the red zone is the reason why we're winning this game. Definitely not because of my play calling abilities. See, he's open. I probably should have done that. The BS going to be a pick, isn't it? Shorter. Dennis Briggs, thank you for not having good hands. Thank you so much for not having good hands. That should have been an interception. One thing that I have realized going back and playing NCAA in my Carl Weezer series, which, guys, is coming back soon. I'm scheming. I am scheming, but what I was going to say is I've noticed from playing this, just playing the game in general, even on Heisman, the highest difficulty, they drop a lot of interceptions, which is good for me because they still get a lot of them regardless. But here he goes. Miles Sanders, 3-yard rush, knocks me back to set up for a 3rd down and 13. Not the most ideal situation here. So we'll go spread again. We won't go empty this time. Maybe throw it to the running back out of the backfield. We'll go 4 verticals again, because seam routes have been open this game. Once again, dudes, we might end up like, it seems that like what's the word I'm looking for? Seems like what's happening is we have more yards running the football with Miles Sanders at the end of the first quarter than we do at the end of the game, which is crazy. But anyways, hopefully we can pick this up again. Okay, he's open. That's Tompkins again, I think. Hang on to this, please. Or just don't turn around. Just don't turn around. Don't even try to attempt to catch it. It's okay. It's understandable. I understand it's raining. They kick another field goal. Thank God for our defense, because our team offensively is not doing the dang thing like I wanted to. McSorley is 6 of 15 passing. That is not ideal. But I guess, dudes, we just keep running the ball up the middle. And that seems like the OP move right now. Just keep slowly but surely running the football. Miles Sanders up the middle. Running out of the pistol's pretty good. Well, I don't think I've tried this full house formation more than once in this episode. So we'll try it again. This used to be an OP formation back in the day. See if it works again. Sanders up the middle. Oh, that's close. Does, in fact, just barely pick up the first down. What I might need to do is change our freshman running back to be the running back that runs the ball out of the shotgun, because I mean, obviously out of the shotgun, to run the ball more like to the outside, you need a faster running back. And that true freshman running back hasn't got many touches yet, but he's faster. I think he's probably our fastest running back, so maybe that's where we utilize him in this series. So here, no mistakes. I'm just gonna no. Yes. Okay. So if playmaker was a thing in NCAA football, Tompkins would have been gone for a touchdown. There was nobody deep. Literally nobody deep. And I was expecting him to run the ball up the field, which he was going to be wide open. And I was trying to anticipate it. I pressed the button, and instead of running down the field where there was literally 0 defenders, which would have been an easy, like, wide open touchdown, he runs back over the middle of the field where there's about 17 Pittsburgh Panthers. So almost was a pick. Thank God it wasn't. So Sanders I think he just barely gets that first down as the clock is going to tick into the fourth quarter. As I think what we need to do is adjust the tempo to conservative, because we just need to try to chew a little bit of clock and get out of here with any type of win possible. So guys, this is scary. I'm not gonna lie. A little worried how things are going, because Pittsburgh should be winning this game, but thank God our defense is playing great in the red zone, and they have not scored a touchdown yet. So let's just try to chew a little bit of clock, try to score a touchdown slowly but surely this drive, and not, I mean, if we score a touchdown here and chew a little bit of clock, it should be a GG, because that'll make it a 2-possession game. And I don't think with how our defense has been playing, they would not allow 2 touchdowns with like 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. So let's continue and let's try to be great. Let's just keep running the football. We'll try the shotgun. We'll try a read option here. Read option's been pretty effective in this game. I don't think we've been stopped. Look at that name, Oluwaseun. Who gives birth to a child and wants to name Oluwaseun? Interesting. We're right up the middle. Miles Sanders, the biggest run of the season up to this point. Big carry into field goal range. 15 rushes, 72 yards. Much better than episode number 1. Let's keep the read option going. Let's definitely keep it going. A field goal here I'd be happy with, but I just feel like if we get a field goal here, they'll end up scoring the first touchdown and take the lead. So let's not do that. Another read option up the middle. Sanders, read option is the move. I can correctly read that defensive end. This read option might be the move for this team, because we have success running the ball up the middle already, but if we give that quarterback the option to keep it, that might be where we find, I mean, especially if they line up with 3 down linemen. This could be a big play right here. So we're gonna keep it this time. We have a huge hole up the middle. Make sure don't fumble. Okay, so I gotta be careful. I gotta be smart here. I gotta be smart. Read options working well, but this is not a scenario where I want to have a chance where my team could fumble the football. Just not a thing. So we'll continue to run it, but up the middle and not give my quarterback a chance to fumble, because I just feel like with how things are going right now, more than likely they'd freaking fumble. So Sanders up the gut. Our O-line is holding their own big time. Our offensive line is having a heck of a game. An absolute freaking heck of a game. And you guys, if you're familiar with the channel, you know I don't ever really talk highly of the offensive line. Like I always am like dogging on them. But this game and in the series, they're playing extremely well. Bounce this one outside. Sanders, ooh. Looks like he's a little exhausted. If it was that freshman, that might have been a touchdown, but he just took so long to accelerate there that if he would have had a little bit more stamina, he could have bounced that outside, and that could have potentially been a touchdown. Let's mix things up here and watch me screw things up and throw a pick or something. Let's gotta stay positive, right? I'm gonna throw the ball here. No mistakes. No mistakes. No mistakes. Let's send shorter on a slant. See if I can get him another touchdown on this game. No mistakes. Gonna scramble. B. In the end zone, Tompkins with his second touchdown of the game. I don't know. It's a no. The other one was down to the 1-yard line. That's a big touchdown, dudes. Is that might actually do it? Pittsburgh scored extremely quickly there. They went for the 2-point conversion, but thankfully for us, they did not convert that, as it's now a 3-point game. They did the onside kick. We recover, so this should be a GG. 1 first down, and it should be ball game. With how we're running the football, it should be over. I'm not going to try to like boost their stats or anything. I'm just going to try to get 1 more first down and chew the clock, and thank God that our defense played well in the red zone and played well enough to get us the win, because offensively, I don't think we did. I mean, like I said, it was going to be a tricky game nonetheless, as that should do it the first down there, but this was going to end up being a tricky game. I mean, a rivalry game at their stadium. They're a ranked team, reigning. But at the end of the day, we did the dang thing, and it looks like we're going to avoid the upset, and hopefully by beating a ranked team, we'll boost us up just a little bit higher in the top 25 poll. So I'm not going to lie, a little worried here. 3rd down and 2, this should do it if we pick this up. Hopefully we do, and we do. Okay, so if we didn't pick that up, they were probably, going to kick the field goal. They have 10 seconds left. We'd sim it, and they'd probably end up winning somehow. Guaranteed facts if that was the case. But what I do want to say is we're going to win. And look at that name, Oluwaseun Aduwu. Who names their kid Oluwaseun? Who thinks that's a good idea? But Miles Sanders actually ends this game with over 100 yards rushing, which is obviously head and shoulders better than what he did in episode number 1. But 5, I'm trying to like time this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We get an extremely close win, 28-18 over the Pittsburgh Panthers. So final stats from today's ball game, completely different statistically from episode 1. We had success on the football in the first episode and not run football, and it's flip-flopped in game number 2. McSorley, 8-17, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, only sacked 1 time, so get to take the positive out of everything. So our offensive line playing great in this series. You had Miles Sanders, 24 carries, 122 yards, 5 yards per carry, which is much better than his sub 2 yards per carry in episode number 1. McSorley had 14, and Mark Allen, the redshirt senior, got in the end zone for the only time this game for a running back. Receiving yard wise, DeAndre Hopkins actually leads us. Actually, he doesn't. Shorter does with 75 yards, but Tompkins did have 71. 1 touchdown. They both split a touchdown. Then you had Zach Kuntz, our tight end, with a big catch earlier in the game. Defensively, you had Cam Brown, had 12 solo tackles. We actually didn't record a sack. That might be our second straight game where we didn't record a sack, which is not good. But hey, at the end of the day, our defense held up in the red zone, which is pretty much the only reason why we ended up getting a win. So as you guys see, with the win advancing into the next week, we did jump up 1 spot to number 8 in the country with the win over Pittsburgh. And for the rest of week 3, looking at some of the notable scores, 2 upsets back-to-back. This is mental. FCS East Howlers beat Bowling Green 21-18, and FCS West beat Old Dominion 21-16. Nebraska starts the season 0-3 as Malin beats them 28-21 as they remain undefeated on the year. I guess just 2 games in for them, but it's still undefeated. Another upset as FCS West beats Toledo 22-10. Toledo is now 0-3 on the year. Things are looking really good for them. They lose last week 70-3 and then lose to FCS back-to-back weeks. So Toledo, not a good team. So East Carolina does get an upset win over North Carolina 24-21 in Chapel Hill as North Carolina is still winless on the year. Another Power 5 upset as Miami, Ohio beats Illinois 27-24. So another upset as Southern Miss improves to 3-0 on the year as they down Arkansas in Fayetteville by 1, 28-27 in a thriller. Northwestern upsets Stanford by 16 as they now jump into the top 25. And kind of weird, they just beat Stanford by 16, and yet they're still ranked lower than Stanford, although Stanford has a loss and lost to them. Don't know how that works. Oregon destroyed Tennessee 36-14 to hand them their first loss. Now this is a massive result as Miami defeats number 1 Clemson 41-17. It's a huge win, but crazy enough, Miami beats the number 1 team at Clemson by however many points that is, yet they only jump up 2 spots to number 7. It was a crazy week for out-of-conference games as Ole Miss travels to Texas and loses by 7. And looking at the top 25 poll, Alabama now is number 1, Ohio State 2, Oklahoma 3, Washington's at 4, Notre Dame at 5, Michigan at 6, Miami jumps up 3 spots, like I said, to number 7. We jump up 1 to 8. Georgia falls to 9, and Clemson falls all the way to 10. Well, actually, Georgia went up to 9. Michigan State, who we play probably next episode, depending on what you guys, let me know in the comment section below. I need your feedback here. Do you want me to actually play some of the lower tier games against Kent State, or would you rather me sim that and go ahead and jump right into the Michigan State game at Michigan State next episode? Let me know. Maybe we can just highlight the big games. And UCF's all the way up to number 13 because they actually jump up the polls throughout the season and actually get up to number 1 or 2 and play in the national championship game. I don't know. Auburn's kind of recovered and is at number 14. LSU at number 16. Memphis is creeping up there. They creeped up all the way to 19 after winning by 34 points against Middle Tennessee. And rounding out the top 25, you have Pittsburgh dropped all the way. We only dropped 3 spots, so they shouldn't drop that much, only losing us by 3. Where they dropped to number 23, and rounding out the top 25 is South Carolina after they did defeat Vandy 35-21 to jump back up into the top 25 poll. And to round out today's episode, the Players of the Week goes to Wyoming cornerback Antonio Hull. He had 3 interceptions in a big win over FCS Midwest. And on the offensive side of things, the Offensive Player of the Week goes to Will Greer, a Florida transfer, the redshirt senior, with a big win over Georgia State, had almost 400 yards and 6 touchdowns on the game. But dudes, that is going to do it for today's episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's episode. Be sure to subscribe if you are new and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads of this series. Also, like I said, be sure to go follow me on Instagram if you haven't. Link in the description box below so you have a chance to take part in the console giveaway when we do, in fact, hit 10,000 followers, which isn't that far away. But that's going to do it. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.